right. I think all systems are go. So, Candace, thank you for having some time for me this afternoon to do a little quick interview. Congratulations. I should start off with being
Thank you.
selected as Employee of the Quarter.
Thank you.
Definitely well deserved. I will say that out of the last year and a half being in this role since we started this Employee of the Quarter, you probably received more nominations in this last go round for Employee of the Quarter than some of our predecessors. So congratulations again for a job well done.
Wow. Thank you. I didn't know that. That is an honor.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm super excited.
great, great. So I have a few questions for you. Nothing too complex, but I wanted to pick your brain a little bit. As you know,
Okay.
I like to share these interviews out internally and also externally, so folks can know a little bit about you. But I
Okay.
figured we'll start off with my first question I like to ask is tell us, I know who you are, right? And I assume that you know who you are well. But tell us who you
Mhm.
are, what you do, and how that contributes to the overarching mission of the UVA training team.
Absolutely. Well, I am Candace Howell, and I am a revenue cycle credentialed Epic trainer, and I am credentialed to train in our Prelude, which is registration application, and our Cadence, which is our scheduling application. Um, and so my job primarily consists of doing training in person or virtually in person with our new team members or those that are, moving on to new roles throughout the revenue cycle, besides our billing team members. And I also work in different projects. And one that's near and dear to my heart is this Unified Super User program. And I am a facilitator for the revenue cycle side. And so we have a lovely community that is continuing to grow and expand. And I get to, that gives us a direct line with our operational team members to help get information out and bring information back in. Um, and so, and most recently, I've been a part of a huge project, which is the Unified Communications. And so that has included our secure chat go live, which was amazing, and just bringing on one way to communicate with multiple people throughout UVA. So that was really nice to be a part of that project as well. Um, and you said you just wanted to know other things about me. I'm sorry, I forgot the rest of the question.
Oh, okay. Just how your role and what you contribute adds to the overarching mission of the UVA training team.
Absolutely. So yeah, so with us in the Epic training department, we are the ones that are providing that training to our team members to get them comfortable and confident with the system. So that's really important because we want them to be able to use it as efficiently as possible and go out there and take care of our patients as quickly as possible, not have hiccups, to feel comfortable with the system, know about the resources out there, such as the tip sheets that we work on creating and our Epic Learning Library, which holds many different resources to support them as well. So we truly support making sure our patients can get quality care and have the technology to get treated, as quickly and as efficiently as possible.
Okay. Well, I know I appreciate all that you do, and I'm sure that our frontline team members also appreciate all the effort and support that you provide them as well.
Mhm.
You mentioned the Unified Super User Program, which has been a large initiative, one that started off as a thought and then manifested into reality over the last year or so, which is thriving as far as our ecosystem, our learning ecosystem is concerned. So thank you for your contributions there. And
Absolutely.
especially with unified communication, secure chat, right? Big project, a lot of tentacles in that project as well, but one that was a collective effort by not just us, the training team, but the build team and operations and a lot of other contributing folks. So thank you again for your contribution there.
Yes, you're welcome.
So let me ask, what brought you to UVA, and more importantly, what keeps you here?
Hmm. So what brought me to UVA? UVA was my first big girl job, as I call it. I had had, other jobs like it. like Kmart and stuff like that. Um, but I wanted to do something where I could learn a little bit more about healthcare because I've always just been drawn to that. And I also wanted to do something where I could learn about customer service because I was always just really good with that. And it just made me happy to be able to, do customer service. So, um, I started off as a registrar at Fontaine, and that's one of our outpatient clinics at the 415 building here in Charlottesville. And I fell in love with everything. Even, some of the customers or the patients that weren't that happy, it still made me feel good when I could turn that around. And so, just learning the system I've always just been amazed. We had an old system called A2K3, and once you learned it, it became your buddy, but it was a little bit of a learning curve for everyone, but just seeing how we could use that and how what we did went through the full revenue cycle and to help generate that bill and, being able to help answer questions and be that frontline person. Um, was just amazing. And so from there, I kind of grew into a coordinator role where I was like, a more of a senior level. I was able to do audits on other team members, help them with training as they came in, and also be able to help increase engagement. And then after that, I became a supervisor for the Battle Building, which is also in Charlottesville. It's our women and children's outpatient services. And that was very, very like that role taught me so much just about like just learning to work with people, different backgrounds, personalities, and creating a positive working environment. But throughout it all, I loved the fact that I got to help people learn and understand the importance of our work, the importance of our system, and what we did. And so once the opportunity came open for me to come and work and do that full time to just focus on the learning part. And the training part, I jumped at it. I was just like, this just feels right. And I've always loved this. I was here in 2017 when we went live with Epic Phase 2. So I got to see that transition and how big it was and how the system just keeps getting better and better. And so it was just perfect opportunity. So and it just keeps getting better. I keep learning more and finding more ways that I can be a resource because that's what makes me feel good is being able to help others. And what keeps me here is definitely the people. The people that I work with, the people, I have a team of wonderful people that are all here for the same thing. We all want to do a good job. We all want to be successful. We all want to have positive work environments and we all want to help each other. And I also, the patients, when I get to go on site and previously when I was in operations, I got to see that difference that it made when somebody walked in the door and they were greeted with a smile and someone knew what they were doing behind the screen versus someone who was a little frantic or not as friendly. I got to see how much that helped to improve their experience. So that's what keeps me here.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for that answer. Sounds like you're well connected to the mission of UVA and taking care of our Virginians or however whatever we say for related to healthcare. I think one thing you touched on really quickly was about the intersection between customer service and training, which I think there's a lot to go there. We're not always responsible for how they show up, right? But we are responsible for ensuring that they leave in a better state than they arrived
Absolutely.
in. So, well, thank you for sharing a little bit about your path and what led you here and what keeps you here. I mean,
Absolutely.
so on a lighter note, tell us a little fun fact about yourself that maybe other people don't already know about you.
Hmm. Fun fact. Let's see. I love games and trivia.
Okay.
So I have a closet full of like all the board games, Scrabble, Monopoly. Um, and I also love like Uno. I love like, just different games with the regular decks of cards. I am a card shark, as some call me, because I do know how
Good
to
to
play
know.
poker. And I'm pretty good at it. And so I don't know, something about I don't know if it's the probability and statistics in me that I like. I don't know. It's something about games that I really just enjoy. But I also love the connection that you have when you have like a fun like game night. Like that's just something that I love to do and I want to do more of. But yeah, I just love board games and playing different games and just teaching, of course, there we go, teaching again, teaching people new tricks and how to learn different games or um also I just like I said, I just love the unity that it brings to have a good game night.
Yeah, of course, of course. I like you. I love a good game.
Mhm.
There's a standing controversy in our family about Uno, and
Uh-oh.
if doubles or triples are a real thing, or something my wife probably made up. To ensure she wins. Well, great, great. Thanks for sharing that about you. And that's something I didn't know, and I'm sure that there's other folks on the team that didn't know that as well.
Yeah.
Well, great. One last question for you.
Okay.
If you had to describe our team
Hmm.
to someone who wasn't on it, how would you describe us? Or what would you say?
Huh. Our team, I would definitely say that we are adaptable and we are unique and I feel like we're invested. Like I feel like our team is unique in the fact that we have people from all different walks of life and it just people bringing in different experiences and knowledge to just continue to make us like this amazing group of people. And I also feel like we have to be adaptable. Everyone does, but especially with how often we see our system is changing or getting updated, we have to figure out the best way to make sure that our team members or, our customers that are we're training has the most up-to-date information and we also have to work with many different other departments such in operations and different leaders. And we're always having different projects that we're working on and having to shift, how we work and who we work with. But yeah, I definitely think that we're invested. Like I mentioned earlier, we all want to do a good job. And I haven't worked with anyone on this team that's like slacking or just like, oh, like this is not this is not where I want to be or not what I want to do. Everyone's itching to do the best that they can and they want to have the resources to do that. They want to learn as best as possible and they want the feedback to improve. So I feel like we're all invested in our job and our work and we want it to be successful.
Indeed, I would agree. There's a high level of efficacy on the team
Mhm.
as far as our individual and collective performance, and people seem to be vested in for sure.
Mhm.
But I know that that's something I enjoy the most about working with this team. So thank you for highlighting that. Well,
Absolutely.
what other last thoughts? Anything that you want to share with your viewing constituents?
I just want to say thank you to everyone that nominated me and recognized what I've been doing. I've been pouring a lot into my work. As everyone knows, or most should know, I have a 2-year-old daughter, and she's given me a different motivation to just be successful and do my best. And, because I know that she's watching me with bright eyes and a little sponge and just soaking up everything. And so I truly appreciate that everyone sees my efforts and I love working for the team. And, I am just really appreciative.
Great, great. Well, likewise, we are all appreciative of you as well. So thank you for all the efforts and all the energy and time that you have been pouring into these projects recently, and over the time that you've been with the team. I know this is not a recent discovery of Cadence, so
Yes,
but I appreciate you. I thank you for all that you do. I'm glad that you were selected and you were highlighted, so folks could see all the great work that you're doing. And
thank
lastly,
you.
I do appreciate your time for this interview. I know we've had to move this around a couple times, but
Mhm.
thank you for your patience with me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jose.
Great. Well, with that being said, Candace, thank you again for your time. And for all of you who may be interested in learning more about the UVA training team, give me a holler and I'll fill you in.